Good morning, everyone. Alex Hart here, and welcome back to iHeart Sports. It's Wake Up with Baseball. Today we're going over the April 5th games, and yeah, I'm not going to go too long here. I'm going to try and do a little quicker. Yesterday's video was a little long. I think we have 13 games to rip through today, so let's jump on into it. Just pointing out, new hat today. I'm happy about that, so I'm wearing it for today's video. I don't think they won though, so whatever. Let's kick things off here. We got the Minnesota Twins. Huge game for them. So let's just jump into it. Twins win 15-6 over the Tigers. Tigers finally kind of put in their place, and their pitching was pretty bad today. Biggest highlight of this game was Nelson Cruz. He hit a grand slam. He hit a second home run. And it all came off that grand slam. He hit a foul ball, just foul. They had to review it and everything. And that seems to be the biggest thing. He came back right away, hit a home run again. So he, did 6 RBIs, 5 RBIs, 3 hits, 2 home runs. Big game for Nelson Cruz. On the other side, the Detroit Tigers had a couple home runs themselves. Wilson Ramos had a home run. Victor Reyes had a home run. This is a different Reyes than their other guys, so I'm not sure. Badu also had his second home run of the season, so this rookie guy is batting ninth. I think he becomes the first player in MLB history who's batting ninth to open it up with back-to-back home runs. Shoemaker for the Twins, good start, went 6 innings, 5 Ks, 1 earned run. Urena on the other side, pretty rough outing, 5 earned runs over 3. We had Farmer, Hall, and all that also giving up a bunch of runs. So overall, Detroit, their bullpen, their starter, a lot of trouble, and we might be seeing a little bit more of this throughout the season. That's kind of what we expected to see in Detroit this season. Next game, we got Blue Jays 6, Rangers 2. This one was pretty interesting if you tuned in. The Rangers tried to have a sellout stadium. It didn't look like there's quite a few empty seats, not quite solid. They might have said it was, but there were empty seats everywhere. But biggest mass gathering in America since the pandemic started, so that was a big highlight there. Jays came out 6-2, and they pretty much dealt with Fulte pretty well. He was at 60 pitches or something after 2 innings. It was pretty insane. Semien hits his second home run of the season. Calvin Biggio goes right after him, hits his first home run of the season. So both those take place in the second inning. On the other side, Texas didn't get any home runs, and their offense didn't go too much. Steven Matz is probably the highlight of this game. First start for the Blue Jays, 6.1 innings, 9 Ks, 1 earned run, and only 1 walk. So very, very good start. On the other side, Fulte, he went 4 innings, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. And yeah, Texas is kind of, they're going to have a rough season. So good win for the Jays. They're going to look to build on that going forward here. Next up, we have the Kansas City Royals against the Cleveland Indians, 3-0 for the Royals. Indians still seem to be struggling with offense. Other than those couple late innings against Detroit last session, they're really struggling to score. Whit Merrifield hits his 3rd home run of the season. Danny Duffy picks up the W. Not too much here to say. 6 innings pitched, 5 Ks for Royals. I guess the biggest highlight here is Santana. He's coming back to Cleveland for the first time. He got a standing ovation, so that's always good to see when a returning player comes to his team and gets that standing ovation. Next up, we got another team here who they were undefeated, no longer are. Baltimore Orioles get put in their place finally, 7-0. The Yankees really, they kind of finally took the offense to them. A couple home runs. Judge gets his first of the year. Stanton gets his first of the year, and it's a grand slam. And yeah, on the other side, the Orioles got 4 hits over the game. Jordan Montgomery went 6 innings, 7 Ks. Lopez on the other side, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks, 4.2. So finally, the Orioles get a little bit of a beatdown. They might finally get a taste of reality of the Yankees, showing what their offense is about after really the Jays held them pretty much in place over the first couple games of the season. Next up, we have the Reds and the Pirates. Came down before this game that Castellanos was going to be suspended for his role in that incident with the Cardinals, which I find to be completely ridiculous. But he's appealing, so he's in this lineup. And of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself is already back at it. Hits his third home run of the season. Mike Moustakas also hits a home run of the season. On the other side, the Pirates continue to hit home runs. It seems like Evans hits a home run, Moran hits his second home run of the season, and Reynolds hits a home run. But it's not enough. Cincinnati slowly gets in there. They're losing for majority of the game, and then they tie it up in the fifth. Come the seventh, eighth, they get it done. And it's good to see this Cincinnati team. Their offense is clicking, and they're winning. De Leon for the Cincinnati Reds, 5 innings pitched, 9 Ks, 2 runs, so it's a very good start. Brubaker on the other side kind of made the highlight reel on Reddit with his parents hitting on his first hit of his career. They stole the show with his dad slapping his mom's butt, so that was very fun. But that's it. Pirates are now 1-3 after winning their first game. They lost 3 in a row, as expected, really, to be honest. Next up, we got Cardinals 4, Marlins 1. Cardinals got most of their runs in that first, and then they just kind of cruised the rest of the way. Edman hits his first home run of the season. No home runs again for Miami. Still can't remember if they got one in that first series, but it seems like they're not really getting that offense in that aspect, at least. Ponce de Leon picks up the W. 5 innings pitched, 3 Ks, 1 earned run. On the other side, Rogers takes the loss with only 2 earned runs, but it was over 4. I don't have any real notes of craziness on this one, so I'm kind of interested in anything. Old number, Ponce rides fastball for win. But yeah, the Cardinals are 2-2, just keeping pace with the rest. On the other side here, we got the Phillies 5, the Mets 3. And yeah, this is a big comeback game. Phillies were down 2-0. DeGrom pitched another gem for this team, and if you look it up, DeGrom right now is leading the league in batting average. DeGrom also became the first pitcher in Mets history today to be the first person on this team to record a hit for the season. So the Mets got no hits until DeGrom came up, and it really led to something good here. But the Phillies seem to have some magic going, at least early in the season here. They're down 2-0, and then bottom of the 5th, they just put together a 5-run inning, and they're really pumped up in Philadelphia land here. Giving DeGrom his due, he went 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 7 Ks, so he had a pretty good outing. A lot of 100 miles per hour pitching. If you looked at the radar gun, he was consistently around 100, so that's something to be scary about for opposing teams. Matt Moore on the other side, he lasted 3 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 Ks, so okay, but not really the length they're looking for from a veteran pitcher that they're bringing in here. Philly's got to be excited though. Next up, we got Boston picking up their first win, and their bats finally woke up here. 11-2 over the Tampa Bay Rays. And really, it was a beatdown. The Rays didn't really score their first runs until the 8th. It's a couple home runs. JD Martinez hits his second home run of the season on this one. Picks up 2 hits, 3 RBIs. Santa Bogarts, 4 hits. A lot of their team overall getting a couple hit games, so it was a good game. Their offense really woke up. No home runs for Tampa Bay. Waka Flocka Flame is the losing pitcher in this one. 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks. Nick Pivetta on the other side, 5 innings pitched. He picks up the W. 4 walks, no earned runs though, so that's awesome, and 4 Ks. So a couple walks still might be an issue looking forward. Boston is now on the board with a W. Next up, we have the Cubs 5, Brewers 3. And the Brew Crew have to be a little bit worried here because after 4 games here, they've amassed 42 strikeouts. So that's over 10 strikeouts a game right now. And one of the prime people is Yelich, as we can see. Another game, I've pointed this out so far a couple days in a row. 3 Ks again for Yelich, and he's not, something's wrong there right now. I haven't watched him specifically, but you can just see from the box scores, it's a little bit of a struggle. The Cubs for the most part put up a trifecta inning in the 4th, hit 3 home runs in that one inning. We had Contreras, Baez, and David Boat all hit a home run in that inning, and that was pretty much a difference maker. 4 runs ended up holding for them. Trevor Williams gets his first start as the Cub, picks up the W, 6 Ks, 2 earned runs over 6. And then Brett Anderson on the other side, 4 Ks, 4 earned runs over 5. So both of them put in a decent amount of innings, but Brett Anderson gets the L on this one. Next up, we have the Angels and the Astros, and this one was another great game for the Angels. Just back-to-back nights with good games on them, and they spoiled Astros' perfect season. No longer 4-1. Angels, it all came down to the 8th. Had a huge comeback in the 8th here, and they were down 4-0 in the 4th inning, and then Trout got the juices flowing for this team. Joe Madden after the game talked about how this team is realizing already early that they're never down and out. They've had a couple comebacks already in late inning games, so giving them this mojo or whatever it is really going to be dangerous going forward for the rest of the AL West. Trout hits his first home run of the season, I already talked about. On the other side, Tucker hits his second of the season. Quintana kind of struggled, went 3.1 innings in his debut here, 4 earned runs, 5 Ks. On the other side, Garcia, he went 3.1, so both starting pitchers didn't last too long. Jay Smith ends up getting the loss for the Astros. He gave up 3 earned runs and didn't even record an out. So can the Astros bullpen, it seems like over the past few nights, that's kind of where Oakland got their scoring in too. So it's going to be a question mark going forward for the Astros. On the other side, the Angels bullpen gets the job done. They got to be excited. Probably one of the better starts for the Angels in recent memory. Next up, we have, I believe, the worst record in baseball right now. We got the Oakland Athletics 0-5, and the Dodgers just laid the spanking on them. It was 10-3, and Oakland really got all their runs again late in this game. And one thing to note is did call up their number 2 prospect in the whole entire MLB. AJ Puck was expected to, I don't think he came in today. He did. He pitched 3 innings in this game. No earned runs, so that's a great start against the Dodgers. A couple walks. On the other side, Brad May pitched an amazing game. 6 innings pitched, 8 Ks, no earned runs. So this AJ Puck guy, he's here. He's ready for the show. And yeah, this is ranked the number 2 prospect in MLB right now. So he came up and I guess he's in. For home runs, Will Smith hits his second of the season for the Dodgers, and Justin Turner hits his first. Canna on the other side hits his first of the season, and it's really off David Price. So the Oakland's got to be worried about the way this season's starting. I know they've really had 2 back-to-back games or series against top teams, but it's going to get away from them quickly if they don't figure it out. Giants 3, Padres 2. It was a very close game, back and forth the whole way. A lot of hits in this game, but not a lot of runs. 9 hits, 8 runs. I didn't watch this game specifically, so if you saw something you liked, let me know. Ruff home run and Yastrzemski home run for the Giants. No home runs for the other side, San Diego. One thing to note here is that Tatis left the game after striking out with some sort of injury. I haven't seen an update this morning yet, so we'll see if anything comes from that. And yeah, Moore John, 4 innings pitched, 2 Ks. The loss goes to the bullpen. Pomeranz comes in with that late game. We have McGee with the save and DeSclafani with a 5-inning, 4K, 1 earned run performance. So good performance for DeSclafani. Big signing for the Giants, really, and could potentially prove to be a savings. We talked about it in the preview video. The Giants really brought in a bunch of starters that they didn't really have to pay much for. So if they can get something going, that's great. Padres fall to 3-2 and Giants to 2-2. So good start. And the last up, we have the White Sox getting jobs done against the Mariners, shut them out 6-0. Rondon gets the win, and on the other side, Sheffield gets the loss. Home run rise, we got one home run. It was Grandel, who had a good game. 2 hits, 3 RBIs for the White Sox. And it looks like the offense of the White Sox got going a little bit here with 10 hits. Not a big surprise in this game. I don't really think there's a whole lot to go over, but Rondon, 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. On the other side, 5 innings pitched, 4 earned runs for Sheffield. And that's pretty much it. That's Wake Up in Baseball. We went over, 13, 12 games, something like that. And yeah, if you enjoy just getting a quick rundown of what happened here, we try to get a read on most of these games, what happened along the way. Some home runs, how the pitchers are doing, getting the kind of the storylines going. Please drop a like, drop a subscription. We're going to be trying to do one of these every morning, right when I wake up, before I go out. And yeah, thanks for joining. We'll see you for the next video.